Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let me know if you are here. Trying a couple different things today to see if I can be better at comments. Oh, shoot. So good morning. Bear with me for a second, but let me know if you're here. Say hi. Oh, there we go. Okay, hello, hello. I can see you guys, but let me know if you're here. Let's see. I think I can do this. Yes. Okay. So how's everybody doing today? Do I want that? Oh, looks like I've got a comment that I can see, which is what I want to be able to do. Okay. So how's everybody doing today? Let me see here. If I put a comment, if I can see it. Okay. I'm sure they'll come up. I'm sure they'll come up. I'm not going to worry about it right this second. Okay. Okay. Oh, well. We'll figure the comments out eventually. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here with Facebook with comments, but all of a sudden now I can't see comments, but we'll get it figured out. So, February. It's February. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, it's crazy how quickly this year is going already. And I know it's only the second month, but February already. Soon it is going to be Valentine's Day. So today we're going to highlight talking about love. Okay? So, a couple things that are going on. Bel Air, I have a few seats left in the intimate group reading, February 27th. There's a gallery reading here at Hip Gypsy Emporium, February 22nd. March 13th, I will be at the Lodges at Gettysburg. March 21st, an intimate group reading here at Hip Gypsy Emporium. All those events are up on Facebook, or you can go on my webpage, connectingtospiritwithstacy.com, to get information about those. So if you want to be a part of those, just click on book appointment and then go to the available area, or you can go into events. So I'm really excited also to announce that we will be doing Only a Whisper Away Women's Retreat in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, October 16th, 17th, and 18th. We're going to be doing gallery readings. We're going to do a full moon release. We're going to talk about your loved ones. We're going to do past life regressions, a drum circle, just all kinds of fun stuff. Just getting to the point now where we're finalizing all the paperwork that I can put everything up on Facebook and on the website. But if that's something you're interested in, definitely reach out to us to let me know. But I have the information. We're just making a couple changes, but we already have the bunk style lodge in Pigeon Forge. It's Magnolia Place. It's beautiful, but we're gonna have a good time for 20 women. We're going to do a select 20 women to come and spend 3 days and 3 nights together and just connect on a very soulful feeling, based on love and grace and knowing that your loved one is only a whisper away. So that is my announcements for right now. So we're talking about love. Inviting in love. February is always highlighting the month of love. I feel as if, of course, every month we should highlight love, but February is the month that we really look at it because of Valentine's Day. So when I was thinking about that, giving love, receiving love, inviting love, giving love out to the universe, the verse from 1 Peter 4 came to mind, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't get it incorrect. It says, therefore, be clear-minded and self-controlled so that you can pray. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. So above all, love. When everything else fails, love. When you feel like you need to start over, love. And I'm reading this book by Radley Valentine, and how appropriate is this that his name is Valentine. And it's Manifesting Your Magical Life. And I just recently started reading it. Last night, actually, I started reading it. And I got so many aha moments from this book just in the first few chapters. And it reinforced a lot of things that I talk about so many times about sending love to the universe. Because when you send it, then you receive it. Why does this say low battery? Okay, hopefully we're good here. So when you send it, you receive it. There's, like I said, several aha moments that came to mind. But he starts out with saying, you are amazing. You are truly magical. And you can manifest a magical life. So when you think about a magical life, it's the fairy tale. It's what you thought about when you were little. This is how I'm going to grow up and be. And, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And it's having that childlike innocence within yourself to know that nothing is impossible. But in order to do that, you need to see the magical side inside yourself. You need to see yourself as a magical, loving being. So loving yourself is breaking old habits. It's that old self-talk that we say to ourselves. It's searching out happiness. It's searching out love. But in order to do that, we have to love ourselves. And he talks about, in the book, it talks about ego. You have to get your ego out of the way. I always thought that ego was kind of big-headedness. I'm better than you. I can do more than you. I always thought that was ego, cockiness. Too much confidence was ego. But when he talks about ego, when he compares it to yourself, he says that he explains it as it's the aspect of your consciousness and sometimes subconsciousness telling you that you are not good enough, causing you to doubt and to second guess yourself over and over and over again. Does that sound familiar to you? Do you tell yourself you're not good enough? Do you tell yourself you don't deserve things? Do you second guess yourself all the time? Are you afraid to make a decision? Are you afraid to be happy? Are you afraid to be successful? Are you afraid to be in a relationship with someone because of what happened in a past relationship? So, do you tell yourself that you don't deserve love? Do you feel like you don't deserve love? If so, somewhere in your lifetime or in a past lifetime, someone made you feel that way. Someone made you feel that way by constantly maybe making you feel like you weren't good enough. Maybe your grades weren't good enough. Maybe you didn't dress the right way. Maybe you didn't say the proper things. It's one of those things that if you didn't receive the attention that you needed, that you felt that you needed, you took that as, I don't deserve the attention. So when you think about that, the ego is convincing you that everyone is magical except for you. Everyone is more deserving than you. Everyone is better than you. So how do we truly embrace loving ourselves? How do we get from doubting our worthiness to loving ourselves within? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see somebody who's worthy of love? Or do you see disappointment? And if you see disappointment, why do you see disappointment? Who did you disappoint? What are you holding on to from the past? It's stopping and saying to yourself, I deserve love. I am loved. We're all energy. We're all created from God, creator, the universe, however you want to look at it. And it all boils down to energy. And energy vibrates at this higher vibration level that gives you the warm, fuzzy feelings, gives you the feeling of love. We run a tape over and over and over again in our head sometimes of the mistakes that we've done, of the drama that we surround ourselves with, of getting into other people's business that maybe you don't deserve being in. You know, do you compare yourself to others? I mean, I watch mediums all the time. I don't necessarily know now that I used to, now that I compare them to what I do, but I look at the things that I like within them, and I look at things that I don't like within them to help me grow within myself. So are you helping yourself grow, or are you stunning your growth? Again, telling yourself that other people are better than you, you know, it becomes second nature. You think, you know, who grew up saying, you know, you're never going to amount to anything? Who grew up thinking that they wanted to be something, and when they shared it with someone, that person said, you're never going to be able to do that. Well, why not? Why not? What stopped you from believing in yourself? And it's going back to that moment in time and saying they weren't always right about things. I don't need their validation anymore. I can do. I deserve. I will send out. I will receive love. You know, it's that defense mechanism that we've put up that blocks us. Maybe you got your heart broken in a past relationship. So now you have all these walls around you and you're unapproachable. You're not sending out love, so you're not receiving the love that you need. You're sending out this vibe to other people that, back up. Don't get in my energy field. Leave me alone. Try to break that and be approachable. You know, change that recording in your head. Invite in feeling worthy. I invite in love. I invite in feeling worthy of what I'm doing, of who I am. Wake up and pay attention. Pay attention to all the loving things that are around you. Friends that maybe just show up, you know, for you. A text that you get just out of nowhere. You see, you know, people walking in the park and you see love. You see people doting over their animals and you see love. But it's celebrating those small victories within yourself. Maybe somebody said to you, good job. Or maybe you think, oh, I did a good job. But it is allowing yourself to receive that. Sometimes it's hard to receive a compliment if someone says, oh, you look really nice today. And you think to yourself, today, don't I look nice all the time? Well, why would your mind go to that instead of just saying, thank you. I appreciate you noticing that I look nice today. It's allowing those compliments to come in and wrap their loving arms around you, basically in your heart, and keeping on going, not giving up. Noticing the attitudes of the people that you surround yourself with. If everybody you surround yourself with is negative, maybe you shouldn't be surrounding yourself with them. No matter what you say or you do, they find a negative aspect of it. They complain about everything. Good God, the complainers, right? The complainers drive me nuts. Find something good. There's times I'll be talking to somebody that's complaining about this and this and this, and I'll say, stop for a minute. I want you to think about something good. Say one thing good. So are the people that you surround yourself with, are they uplifting? Are they supportive? Or are they loving? Or are they negative and competitive and filled with drama? Find your magical people to surround yourself with, because when you surround yourself with loving, magical people, that magic rubs off on you. It's like, you know, pixie dust that's being sprinkled all around you. And when you send out love to other people, guess what? Then you attract that. So instead of, you know, walking through a crowd with your eyes down and with a, you know, a snarl on your face, you know, have your head up and smile and say good morning to people, whether you know them or not. Send out love so that you can receive love. Are there people around you that you aspire to be? Why do you aspire to be them? What qualities do they have that you want? Talk to them about it. How did you get to where you're at? How did you overcome this? How did you do this? And have that conversation with them. Ask your guides. Ask God. Set the intention with the universe. Put people in my path that will lift me up, that will aid me in accomplishing, and then whatever it is, who will truly and genuinely love me for who I am. Allow me to reciprocate that love as well. Love can be a very easy thing to do, and it can also be a very difficult thing to do. But when you ask the universe, when you set your intention that above all, love, I invite in love. I invite in compassion and forgiveness, right? It's talking this talk to yourself instead of, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, nobody loves me, nobody's here for me. Well, maybe nobody's here for you because you've blocked them, you've love blocked them because you've got this wall up that's around you. So manifest positive opportunities to come into your life. Every day, think about that. Remember last week we talked about gratitude, and I have my little gratitude jar over here, and the things that you're grateful for. Think about a positive word that starts with the first letter of your name, or a positive word that starts with the letter F because of February, or it's Tuesday, so a positive word, tribute. I'm going to tribute myself today. I'm going to honor myself today. What are the things that I have done? Maybe you're the negative person in the tribe. You ever think of that? Maybe it is you. Maybe you need to take a long, hard look at yourself, of the words that you say, of the body language that you put out, of how you think and how you speak. Take notice of that. How are you reacting in certain situations? Get unstuck. Get out of the negative thought whirlwind that is just circling around you. Because once you start with that negative thought, it continues to spiral out of control. If there's a certain situation, so-and-so didn't call me to go out to dinner and all the friends went out to dinner, I don't understand why they didn't call me to go with them. Oh my gosh, maybe it's because when I was with them the last time, this, I bet that's what it is. Well, screw that. And you go you spin out of control. Maybe they're getting together with the dinner to plan a certain surprise for you. Or maybe they've asked you to go out to dinner so many times and you've turned them down that they thought, why ask? So it's stopping that tidal wave, that spiraling whirlwind that's around you, and getting yourself out of that situation. Now, there are traumatic situations from your past that can crop up. And the thing to remember is they are in your past. Whether you deserved it or didn't deserve it is something that you need to come to terms with and accept responsibility for that thought process of, you guys have heard me talk several times, about the relationship that I have with a certain family member. I was a very rebellious kid. I did a lot of stupid stuff. I have to assume responsibility for the actions that I did that caused them to respond the way that they did. Do I agree with the way they responded? No. Would I ever respond to my kids that way? No. But you know what? They did the best that they could with the knowledge that they had at the time. I truly believe this person loves me, just doesn't know how to show it. But I cannot allow myself to be stuck back when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. I am no longer that person. I needed to disconnect, forgive myself and forgive them, and move on. Otherwise, I'm holding myself hostage to a bar, to a goal that I'm never going to be able to attain, because no matter what I did, it was never good enough. So I had to start to rethink and re-love and forgive myself and forgive that person and think to myself, why do I need their validations? I had to think back of the things that I had been successful at and the things that I have accomplished since then, and show love and respect to myself. So, if you've made bad decisions through the years, give yourself a break, right? What have you learned from those bad decisions? Are you constantly making those bad decisions? If you are, it's time to rewire the brain and change those habits. And they all start with loving self, allowing yourself to send love to yourself. And it's putting, that emphasis on the warmest and the deepest part of love within yourself. What do you care the most about? And feeling that love and letting it grow throughout you. So show love and compassion to yourself. If you're judging yourself, if you're judging others, knock it off. Why would you judge other people? Why are you judging yourself? Give yourself a break. Catch yourself in the midst of judging it and say, whoop, I'm starting to judge. What is a loving thing that I can say? What is one good loving thing that I can say about this situation, about myself and about others? You don't know the other person's situation, so it's sending love to them, sending a prayer to them. Lord, I don't know what their situation is, but I pray that you help them work through it in the most loving and kind way that they see it and they feel it and that they know that it's you. So I have a lot of clients that come to see me that are trying to figure out what their life purpose is. Why are they here on this earth? What are they meant to do? What are they supposed to do? And when you think about life purpose, and I have it written down, step 1 is love yourself. That's your life purpose, to be proud of yourself, to love yourself. Step 2, love others. Show love to others. Be compassionate to others. Step 3 is allow other people to show love to you. Receive it. Allow it to come in. Allow yourself to know that above all, love. And like I said before, we don't know other people's situations. We don't know where they're at right now. So if you feel that you are going to stand in judgment of that person, instead of judging them, say a prayer for them. Just like I said, that easy little prayer. Lord, I don't know what their situation is. And you might even say, they're really frustrating me right now, Lord. But I hope that you help them to figure out the solution that they are looking for. And I send them love in the utmost way. And I'm giving this to you to handle. So believe in those 3 steps. Love yourself, love others, and invite love in. And it will make a difference in your life. You will have more clarity and you will feel that heart passion within yourself. And then when you go back to the point where you're saying, what is my life purpose? Well, God said, above all, love. So our life purpose is to send and receive love, to be loved, to give love, to not stand in judgment or torment of others, to not stand in judgment or torment of ourselves. It all starts with loving yourself and believing in yourself and trusting that that purpose will present itself to you when you have walked through anger, hurt, forgiveness, trauma. It's not that you're forgiving and forgetting and it's all going away. You're learning what to do or what not to do. You're celebrating yourself for the victory of living through it. I had a few traumatic things happen to me in my past, but I survived. I will no longer be a victim. And I made that decision 9 years ago. So it hasn't been that long ago. And I fall back into it every once in a while. Or I'll have flashbacks of something that, makes me feel a certain way. But then I stop and I get quiet. I talk to God. I talk to Archangel Michael. I talk to my best friend, my husband. And allow myself to walk through it and release it instead of holding on to it. I trust the direction of my heart. And it is so much easier when I trust the direction of my heart for me to send and receive love. So, when you turn a radio on, there's the volume knobs there, the tuning knobs, so you can get the stations in better so that the volume is up or down. Check the volume in your brain. How loud are you talking to yourself? How much static is there? Change the static, change the station. Allow yourself to turn down the negative self-talk. Turn up the positive self-talk. Allow yourself to change the station if there's a lot of static going on in your head. And it takes time. It's not just, that easy turn of the knob. But it's thinking to yourself, what is my inside voice saying? What is my outside voice saying? And how do I need to adjust those volumes? How do I need to adjust the static on that? Am I a good friend? Am I a loyal friend? How do I speak to others? What's my body language like? Do I trust others? Do I trust myself? That's a big one. You have to trust your own opinions. You have to trust your own judgment. If you don't, roll back the reel. Who or what situation made you not trust yourself? What happened? Think about it. Walk through it. Release it. Look at the things that you've learned since then. You are not that person that you were then. I'm not the same person I was when I was 17, 18 years old. Is she deep down within me? Absolutely she is. But she has a lot more wisdom now, and she wouldn't pull some of the crap that she pulled, back then. So how can you be trusted? By trusting others. But the bigger thing is by trusting yourself. If you answered no to those, that you don't trust yourself, that you don't trust others, that you're not a good friend, that you're not loyal, that you're not dependable, why? That's the big question. What happened in your past that made you doubt your own loyalty, that made you doubt judgment of self, that made you doubt your ability to send and receive love? I had someone say to me who was very important to me, I can't believe I can even love someone that's like you. That made me question whether I was worthy of love for a long time. And until I was 30 years old, I didn't really know what true love of a relationship was. I knew how to love my kids, but there was confusion because of some of the things that I was taught. So as an adult now, I have 3 beautiful children, and I have grandchildren that I absolutely love, and I see some of the mistakes that I made. My kids overcame those mistakes that I did, and I've apologized for those mistakes that I've made. And when they come up, we talk about it. But I have great, loving, wonderful kids that through my flaws and through my mistakes are who they are today. And through their flaws and their mistakes, their kids will be who they are in a couple years. So, going back to the memory of what flawed you, of what hurt you, of what branded you, basically, and taking a positive attitude about the situation. You either learned a lesson or you taught someone a lesson. There are beautiful people in this world, and then there are not so beautiful people in this world. You just have to learn how to love them all, but maybe not particularly trust them all, but trusting what your own instincts say about that. So going to the memory, we talked about, I lost my, so having a positive demeanor. Remember when you were a kid, and I think I already talked about this, there was nothing that was impossible. We had big hopes, big dreams, big thoughts, I'm going to be Miss America, or I'm going to go to Hawaii, or, I'm going to have this beautiful old home with the white picket fence. I'm going to be successful. You have all these thoughts when you're a kid. And through the years, people chisel and chisel and chisel and chisel and chisel those thoughts away. Well, I'm asking you to go back to that original masterpiece of when you were a child. What did you want to do when you were a kid? Do you still want to do it? Is it still deep within you? Start with facing those demons, if you want to call them that. Those things that chiseled away at your heart, and regrow it. Have faith and belief in yourself. Look at yourself as a survivor, not as a victim. Learn from your lessons. If you are not a trustworthy friend, why are you not a trustworthy friend? Did someone break their trust with you? And then because they broke their trust with you and they broke your heart, now you don't want to be trustworthy because nobody else is trustworthy, so why should I be? It's going to the deepest place of love. It's healing that wound. Above all, love. That is the mantra of the day, of the month. Above all, love. And it was, hold on, let me go back to it. It was 1 Peter 4. Therefore, be clear-minded and self-controlled so that you can pray. Clear-minded. Changing the channel so there's not static. Changing the volume so you're not yelling at yourself. If the negative volume is higher than the positive volume, you've got the two volumes switched. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Unconditional love. Who do you have unconditional love for? You should have it for yourself. You should have it for those closest people to you. Does that mean that you're never going to have a come to Jesus meeting with someone because they have disappointed you? Absolutely not. But there's a right way and a wrong way to have that conversation. Love. When my kids were small, if we would have a family meeting and there was a problem, I would always make them do good, bad, good. So they would have to say something good. You know what? And I remember, I think it was my son who said, you know, I love you all. Don't worry about my homework. I've got it covered. And if I need help, I will ask you because I know you will be there for me. So it's good, bad, good. Instead of just saying, why are you on my case about my homework? You know, it's starting in a different way. I care about you. I want you to be successful. I'm concerned about your grades. How can I help you? Better ways to say things. So, above all, love. Like I said, that's the mantra for February. Love. Sending and receiving love. Inviting love in. Setting that intention. I invite love to surround me. I invite myself to show love to others. Point out to me when I am disrespecting the love that you want me to show. And this is the intention that you're putting around yourself. So if you're sitting in judgment of someone and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this conversation comes to mind where Stacy was talking about this on Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I'm standing in judgment. I don't know the full situation. Let me stop for a minute. Let me say a silent prayer to send love and healing to this person instead of reacting, instead of responding, or responding instead of reacting. You never want a reaction from the medication that your doctor gives to you, but you want your body to respond. So think about that with yourself. So in reading this book, and like I said, I'm not completely done with Manifesting Your Magical Life. Just started it last night. I'm about halfway through. Radley Valentine, perfect author's name for February. But grab a hold of things to manifest a magical life within yourself. Set the intention out there to send and receive love. Because if you don't, who's going to? I know I cannot change the world, but I know I can change the thought process or give people aha moments to the people who surround me, to my circle of influence. And I also know that they can change my thought process on certain things as well. So why not make that thought process beautiful, uplifting? So as I was reading through this and I was writing the Tuesday Talks for 10:30 for today, I pulled a card from the Spirit Message from John Holland. And the card that I pulled is New Beginnings. So it says, everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now, life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. So I am trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction to love yourself, to invite love in, to send love out to the universe, to raise that vibration. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving. It's energy. You can choose whether to vibrate on a higher vibration level or a lower vibration level. And that surrounds the way you think, the way you talk, the way you react, the way you respond, the way you do things. And starting with love starts to turn that vibration level up. Be aware of new beginnings on the horizon. Maybe this is your new beginning, to start to send and receive love. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you. Do you have a relationship with someone in your family that has gone astray? Are you responsible for it? If so, belly up to the bar. take responsibility, have the conversation. When you think about, you have to, like both people have to take responsibility, because it takes two people to make a relationship work, and it makes two people to make a relationship end. But if you start with the heart matter, you start with love, you can change a lot of things that may have happened in your past. And when you start and end with love, it may even be a loving ending to that relationship. You have got to make that choice, right? New beginnings, new changes, new vibration, surrounded by love. So, guys, that is my Tuesday Talks at 10:30. We're talking about love. It is February. You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I even saw a business is doing Galentines. So it's like a gal's night out, you know, if you don't have a significant other. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool, you know, but base it on love. Manifest your magical life. Dream. Spread that pixie dust around and just touch people with love and affection. Simple smile, a simple acknowledgement. You know, when I'm talking to somebody and they don't even like acknowledge and look at me because they're here looking at their phone, drives me nuts. I know, I do it too. And sometimes I'll go, hold on, let me finish this thought, because I'm texting somebody. And then I'll put the phone down and make eye contact with the person who's speaking with me. That's acknowledging my respect for them, my love for them, and my wanting to make them feel like what they have to say is important. So, this is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. My name is Stacy Niedenthal. I pray that you all are living the life you love and loving the life you live. If not, you're the only one that can change it. I will talk to you all next Tuesday at 10:30, and check out the events that are coming up, and you know, come and join me at some of the galleries or intimate readings, or the women's retreat in Tennessee. There'll be more information about that soon. But guys, I hope you have a very loving day. You think about this, you manifest love, and I love you. All right, guys, peace out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.